evening, ladies and gentlemen. The lamp lighting was just over, and this marks the beginning of our Golden Jubilee celebrations. I just have a few things to share with you. There are some important announcements to better experience our show. Parents will be permitted to pick.
Namaskara.
Vanakkam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up, people? How you doing today?
Now, is it how you address a crowd?
OMG.
OMG, what's that? But first things first, tell me who you are.
I'm Akash. I just hang out with my friends at Samved and study a bit. Hold on. Who are you and why are you here?
I'm Joshika. I'm the student of AV Education Society, batch of 1981.
Wait. Let me take a selfie and send you a friend request on Facebook. Say
Oh,
cheese.
please. This is highly inappropriate. Now, what do you mean by a selfie? And how can you request my friendship that too through a book?
Where did you say you were from again?
I reside in JP Nagar.
LOL.
LOL. What's with your language and your cryptic vocabulary?
Well, it's a Friday evening and this is Bengaluru. Considering the time you took to reach here from JP Nagar through the traffic, we could have just connected through Skype.
What? Skype? Well, those were the days when Bangalore was a sleepy town and we reached wherever we wanted the same day.
Yeah, whatever. Now let's switch to the present. I just WhatsApped the principal to ask if we could host the Golden Jubilee celebrations. And you know what? She sent me a thumbs up. So, ladies and gentlemen, presenting you the Master of Ceremonies for the evening, Pavan Ranadhira.
He is full of energy. He talks 19 to a dozen. He is an alumnus of AV Education Society. He always gave the teachers reason to remember him through his activities at school. Meet Pavan Ranadhira, ex-Infocian. He is living his dreams as an associate director in the Kannada film industry. As the host of one of the most popular celebrity shows, Sakat Shukravara, he took the web series screen by storm. Let's also wish him well for his upcoming debut as a director in August. Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for Pavan Ranadhira.
Pavan?
Pavan?
Pavan, dude, where are you?
Hey, hi. I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Is that you?
Yes, that's me. Why are you going so far? Wait. I think I'm smelling good now. You can come close to me.
That's better.
Yeah. Before we start the show, ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನನಗೆ ಕ್ಷಮಿಸಿ. ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಟ್ರಾಫಿಕ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಗೊತ್ತು ಹೆಂಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ನಾಳೆ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಇವತ್ತು ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಬಟ್ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತೇ ಬರ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾಳೆ ಬರೋ ರೇಂಜಿಗೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀನಿ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸೋ ಸಾರಿ ಜೋಶಿಕಾ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಕಾಶ್. So let's start?
Yeah.
Well, to start off this evening, Nav, a little bit about our first speaker. She has been an inspiration and true leader in every sense for the world for 24 years. May I call upon stage Mrs. Sandhya Siddharth, our director, for the welcome address and perhaps a few words on her journey with Samved School.
Respected President, Mr. Chandranath Ariga, Mr. Srinath, a committee member, Mrs. Amita Chari, Mrs. Jayanti Mehta, other committee members, dear parents, teachers, students and friends, a very good evening to you all. I take immense pleasure in welcoming you all to this momentous annual day. Welcome to the 50th annual day of Samved School. Lao Tzu said, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step." That one small step for the Samved family was taken when Mrs. Ambuja Venkatraman sowed the AV Education Society seed in a small and rented premises in Jayanagar 8th block way back in 1967. Our humble beginning was never any cause to limit our vision or conviction or growth in any way. It only made us more passionate and committed. After 50 years of nurturing that seed, today, Samved School stands tall and is recognized as one of the top 25 schools in Bangalore South. We are a school committed to quality education. The old thatched classrooms have given way to a solid and strong multi-storied building with 30-odd classrooms, a computer lab, equipped with 40 computers, a science lab, library, auditorium, playground, office, staff rooms, etc. All the classrooms have the latest smart boards, digital content, and we have CCTVs as well. However, while we take great pride in being techno-enabled, we have not lost our soul or our heart. We believe that a school is not just a building, children, and classrooms with a lot of technology thrown in. It is a nurturing community of people, children, and relationships. What makes our school truly outstanding is the culture of love, care, and concern that pervades the school even to this day. Our founder and trustees have ingrained in the school a sense of tolerance and compassion. Every year, we have been providing free education to students, years before the RTE was implemented by the government. We were one of the first schools to set up a resource room for students with special learning needs. The child-centric Chrysalis curriculum that we follow in the kindergarten and lower primary respects and nurtures the creative development of the child. Our journey has had its ups and downs, and 50 is not just a number to be recorded and forgotten. For all of us in Samved, it is a time for thanksgiving and reflection. As we are all gathered here to celebrate our success, we also wish to commemorate the people who have made the journey along with us. And most importantly, we celebrate the spirit of the one lady who, despite all odds, went ahead to nurture a cherished dream of hers. Today, we salute our beloved founder, Mrs. Ambuja Venkatraman. We celebrate her vision, her compassion, drive, and conviction. We celebrate the commitment of her daughter, Mrs. Amita Chari, for turning that dream into a reality despite all odds. We salute the many individuals who firmly and loyally walked along with us, contributed to the growth of the school in making it an institution par excellence. We are indeed here to celebrate the efforts of many dedicated teachers who tirelessly worked each day at our school with love and concern for the children they taught. When we look back on the years that have gone by, we can only smile with pride. Our students have gone places, achieved great success, and are doing fantastic work in various fields: science, social work, education, medicine, law, business, cinematography, astronomy, theater. The list doesn't seem to end. Today, we're extremely happy to share this occasion with some of our very talented and eminent alumni. Our dear MC Pavan, panelists Shrikant, Ajay, Divya, Nandanandan, welcome, and Amol Patil, our alumni film director, we welcome you all, especially today. It will be a nostalgic and proud moment for us to see you all take stage once again, as you did many years ago. A very warm welcome to you all and other alumni present here. A special welcome to the alumni who are also now parents of the school. We are very honored that we could share this celebration with the near and dear ones of Mrs. Ambuja Venkatraman. They have flown in from faraway places just to be here with us today. I'm extremely honored to welcome our dear trustees, Mrs. Amita Chari, Mr. Chari, Mrs. Jayanti, Mr. Hemang Mehta, Ashwin, Varun, and Pavan, Mrs. Ambuja Venkatraman's grandsons. Mrs. Amita Chari has been deeply involved with the school's development and visits the school regularly, and most of you are very familiar with her. Mrs. Jayanti, Mrs. Ambuja's second daughter, who works as a special educator in the US, is also in touch with the affairs of the school and has conducted many training programs for our teachers. A very warm welcome to you all. I take this opportunity to welcome our respected president, Mr. Ariga, and Mr. Srinath, our committee member. I thank them for their guidance and support in all matters. I welcome you all, dear parents. I'm extremely happy to see you all here. Your presence here confirms the consistent commitment and support that you have given the school all through the years. I applaud your involvement in your child's education and growth. I thank you all for your cooperation, without which Samved would not have come this far. I request you to relax and enjoy today's program. Today's program was conceptualized several months ago. It all began when we started to think how we could make this day different compared to our normal annual days. It was discussed, debated, planned over hundreds of emails, WhatsApp messages, phone calls, and meetings. Besides this, there were long hours of work clocked by Colot Network event management team and Sharath and Rajshri, our choreographers from You and Me Theatre, to transform all our ideas creatively into a beautiful and creative dance production. It has been a very exciting journey and adventure for all of us who have been involved in the making of today's program. Our students are, of course, bursting with energy and excitement ever since we announced that we were going to have an audition for the 50th year. The children have been wonderful as always. They have enthusiastically spent hours practicing their lines and dances. In fact, just now, they're just waiting for me to stop my speech so that they can come, storm out, and set the stage ablaze with their scintillating performances. Last but not the least, I thank the Almighty for giving me the energy and opportunity to serve this noble institution. In the 24 years that I have been here, I have upheld all the values that are embedded in its foundation. The trust placed in me by the managing committee and the trustees has been immense, and I'm thankful for them for the support they have given me. I thank my dear friend Amita for walking every step of the way with me. I once again welcome you all to the 50th year of Samved School. Enjoy the evening, and thank you.
An amazing journey indeed, ma'am. Thanks a lot. And thanks for the warm welcome too, ma'am. And it was really wonderful hearing you share your experiences and thoughts at Samved School, ma'am. But I must tell you, that really set the tone for this evening. Trust me. And now let's move forward. Now, I would like to call upon stage Ashwin Chari, son of Amita Chari, trustee of Samved School, to address the gathering on her behalf.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Ashwin Chari, and for those of you who don't know me, I am the grandson of Ambuja Venkatraman, who is represented here tonight by her two daughters, sons-in-laws, grandsons, her nieces, nephews, along with their families. I would like to start by welcoming you all here tonight to celebrate our Golden Jubilee and to honor my grandmother's legacy. The hard work of the staff and students over the years that have made this institution what it is today. My grandmother, Miss Ambuja Venkatraman, who unfortunately I never got to meet, was a person of great love, compassion, and one was known for her generosity for the disadvantaged and downtrodden. My grandmother had a very interesting life, a lady who refused to adhere to the norms of society and who was always ahead of the times in many different ways. She left home when she was very young and moved to Bombay to join Air India as an air hostess. Later, she moved to Madras and joined the film industry and acted in many South Indian films. After her marriage, she tried to settle down into domestic life. But I think she had too much to accomplish in life by means of wanting to educate and help those in need. And with this in mind, the school was started in Jayanagar in 1967. My grandmother had tremendous obstacles to face in establishing and running the school. Getting permissions from the government to run the school, to getting the land in JP Nagar on which to build its foundations, was no easy task. The school was run with a philanthropic spirit in mind and at its core, the aim being to provide a good education for all. After my grandmother's untimely passing, my mother, Amita, took over the school. The school was never run for profit or for commercial gain, and my mother maintains that we continue to follow this principle to this day. The essence of AV Education Society is to educate, inspire, and prepare our youth for the world, giving the students all the knowledge and skills they may need to accomplish all of their dreams and aspirations. My mother had to face many trials and tribulations in managing the school, the bureaucracy, the runs to the various departments, and meeting with the ministers to help start the high school, permission for which was finally approved in 1986. However, there were still many hurdles to face when it came to building the infrastructure. From getting the plan sanctioned, which I believe was a very onerous task, to getting the loans from the banks to fund the building work. Initially, my mother ran the school single-handedly. She was the office assistant, the school's management. She went to the education departments to follow up with the paperwork, and she also managed the finances. Later, she was able to hire a staff that was vital in building a team and assisting to running the school to Ambuja Venkatraman's dream, which was to provide education for all. The school soon grew from a mere 150 students in 1984 to more than 500 students in the span of a few years. My mother was instrumental in introducing many changes. Being a professional and qualified teacher in Australia, she has worked hard to continuously integrate modern and more practical learning methods into the school curriculum. She has implemented teacher training programs, promoted inter-school meets which display the talents of the young students both culturally and academically, and in recent years has implemented many digital teaching tools such as smartboards, which are used throughout many of the classrooms. After my parents left for Australia in 1990, Mrs. Sandhya Siddharth, or as I know her, Sandhya Auntie, took over the running of the school. Sandhya Auntie and my mother have been friends for many years, since their primary school days, almost 45 years. My mother would like to thank Sandhya Auntie for steering the school and upholding the values and belief that this institution stands for. We thank her immensely for her dedication, hard work, and immense courage in bringing the school to what it is today. She was instrumental in various constructions that have happened over the years, teacher training programs, and academic improvements, to name a few. It was her passion to follow the Montessori method of teaching which has seen our nursery section flourish and grow over the years. On behalf of my mother, the students, and staff, I would like to once again thank Sandhya Auntie for retaining the values and practices that the school has stood for. Over the last 25 years of running the school, everything she has done has been in keeping with the founder's values, and we thank her for doing so. Words cannot express how much we appreciate all you have done, Sandhya Auntie, and once again, we would like to thank you. I would also like to thank our ex-president, Mr. I.M. Magdum, who has helped the school tremendously in its initial years, and who was represented here this evening by his nephew, Sandeep. My mother would also like to thank the support and cooperation she has received from past and present headmistresses, and would like me to say a big thank you to Mrs. Pramila, Mrs. Sumati, Mrs. Vijay Lakshmi, Mrs. Swayam Prabha, and it is because of their hard work, loyalty, love, and dedication towards this institution that it has become what it is today. A big thank you to all the teachers, past and present, without whose help, support, and cooperation, nothing would be possible. And a very special thank you to Ms. Indra Gopal. Her insights and thoughts on various matters of concern in the running of this school have been invaluable to us. She would also like me to specially mention a few teachers who have played a big role in the development of the school. Mrs. Saroj, Mrs. Meenakshi, Mrs. Shamim, Mrs. Bernie, Mrs. Bharti, and Mrs. Vani. Their loyalty, love, and involvement towards the school is something money can never buy. We would also like to extend our love and appreciation towards the many support staff without whose help the school could not have been run as smoothly and efficiently as it has. To name a few, Guruma, Savitrama, Chinnama, and Gandhi. Thank you. We by no means undermine the efforts put in by all the staff members who we have not mentioned here by name. There are too many to name, but we do say a big thank you to you all. My mum's existence is the school, every minute of every day. Whether she's here in Sydney or in Bangalore, the school always comes first, even before me, and she's always there to solve an issue or just to know what is happening at any given moment. It has been her aim to take the school to great heights, and with her sister, Jay Chitti, who joins her in fulfilling their mother's dreams. Jay Chitti has over the years lent her educational experience and knowledge in forever improving and helping this institution to grow into what it has become today. I am sure my grandmother would have been very proud and happy of her two daughters and to see how this school has flourished. I will not take much more of your time, and I'd like to finish up by saying a big thank you to you all for coming here tonight, and I hope you will enjoy the evening.
For sharing your mother's journey and the sentiments that she holds at Samved School. And she also has the sentiments towards our teachers, support staff, parents, and children. Your address gave us a glimpse of Amita Madam's profound vision for the school, which she has carried forward to this day. And now, moving forward, Ambujavalli, Lioness with a Soft Heart, docudrama by students of Samved School, concept devised by Mrs. Amita Chari and scripted and directed by Rajashri and Sharat of You and Me Theatre.
34 or 35 was doing it well. Oh, this is high. What a six. What a six. Way down the ground. It's on the roof. It's dancing around on the roof. It's going for a victory. This is absolutely unbelievable. The bench try to be positive. That's what Australia is going to try to do today. Trying to get a big total. Unfortunately, he departs for 34. Oh, he's got to get this. Why did he do it? Why did he charge down the pitch and go for it?
Ambu, what are you doing here? Huh? Don't shush me. Come chop the veggies. If food is not ready before Grandma returns from the temple, she will be very angry. I repeat, very angry. What are you looking at there, Ambu? Are you see, Grandma? I have to chop the veggies also. Ambu, are you coming? Yes, he's right. Ambu is a boy. Ambu is a boy. Ambu is a boy. Ambu is a boy. Ambu is a boy.
Stop! I'm not a boy. I'm a girl. I'm not strange. Just beyond your mind strange. Got it?
ಟಾಂಬಾಯ್ ಅಂತ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಇವಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಂಬುಜ, ಇವಳ ಹಾಗೆ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಈ ಮಾತಂತೂ ನಿಜ. ಕ್ರಿಕೆಟ್ ಆಡುವ, ಮರಕೋತಿ ಆಡುವ, ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋಟೈಪ್ ಸಮಾಜದ ಮಾತಿಗೆ ನೋ 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 ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಕೇರ್ ಎನ್ನುವ ಟಾಂಬಾಯ್ ಅಂತ ಹುಡುಗಿ ಇವಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಂಬುಜ, ಇವಳ ಹಾಗೆ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಈ ಮಾತಂತೂ ನಿಜ.
Ambu Javed. 1 in 5 children. One of a kind. She's a different, darling. Different because she sets her own rules and lives by them. She neither believes in rules that bind, nor does she care for social propriety expected of a girl of those times. And a darling because
Sheena? 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 என்ன அங்கே பாருடா, பூனை வந்துச்சு. எங்க இங்க? அம்மா கருகா வேணும். என்ன கரிகா போடுமா?
வந்தட சின்னா. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಕರಿಗ ಕಾಣುಮೆ.
Amma, what do cricketers eat, Amma?
food. Sit properly, Ambu.
What do they talk about after
Food. They talk about eating food. Don't talk while eating, Ambuja.
Amma, when will you eat? If, not when. She will eat if something is left over. Ah, no. Amma, you eat from my plate. What? From same plate? Kadule. Why not? And why should she serve us? Why can't she eat with us? Why? Why mood saapide ambo? Amma, Amma? Amma, what happened?
Illedi, it's nothing.
Did you eat? Why, Amma?
There was nothing left, Kanna.
Tell me, Amma. Tell me, please.
There was no food left, Kanna.
Na poitu vare, Amma.
Ambu, where are you after, Kanna?
To pray to Pujari, Amma.
Ambu, to pray to God, you mean?
No, Amma. To the Pujari. రండి అతీతం తీసుకోపా తీసుకోండి పండి అతీతం తీసుకోపా తీసుకోండి పండి తీసుకోపా తీసుకోండి పండి సర్టిఫికేట్ తీసుకోండి అతీతం తీసుకోపా పండి అతీతం తీసుకోపా తీసుకోండి పండి అతీతం తీసుకోపా తీసుకోండి పండి తీసుకోండి అతీతం తీసుకోపా తీసుకోండి పండి అతీతం తీసుకోపా తీసుకోండి పండి తీసుకోండి అతీతం తీసుకోపా తీసుకోండి ఇండి తీసుకోండి పండి తీసుకోండి పండి నువ్వా మళ్ళీ వచ్చావా మళ్ళీ రావద్దు పో
Such was Ambuja, her kindness lighting up her mother's life, as it did to so many others' lives later on.
Her lawyer father judged that a joint family was suffocating to his wife.
And so in the late 1930s, they moved from Nellore to Bangalore to Basavangudi, the Gudi of Goodness. There she went to school, but unfortunately not for long.
Ambuja?
ಎಸ್ ಅಪ್ಪ.
அம்புஜா நீ இனிமேலே ஸ்கூல் போக முடியாதுமா.
ಏನ್ಪಾ?
I cannot pay for your education, darling. I'm really sorry.
Do we need to pay to learn, appa?
Yes, ma. We need to pay for everything. Someday, even for the water we drink, and further along, for the air we breathe as well.
But what if we don't have money, appa? I cannot learn.
Of course you can, ma, but just not at school.
Fortis and Fortis, a young innocent girl from an Orthodox family from a small town in Andhra Pradesh. Formal education limited to her first language, Tamil and Telugu, with a handicap in English. At 16, to earn money for a family, Ambu left to Bombay to look for work. Well, Ambu, poitu va, tata.
Welcome to Tata.
Airlines.
Welcome to Tata Airlines, Bombay.
Let's see who has come for an interview today.
Sure. Hands please.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Sit down.
Sit down.
Now tell me, why do you want to become an air host?
Yes.
Huh? I'm sorry.
No.
You don't know English?
No.
And you want to become an air hostess, huh?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, she became an air hostess. And no, her lack of English knowledge did not deter her one bit.
A 16-year-old from out of town, feeling out of place and out of comfort zone interview, taking up a job that was out of this world, literally.
For a Brahmin girl who couldn't speak more than 2 words of English language,
Handicapped in language, but not in courage.
sir, which class tape?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to service in the flight. Please put the seat belt and bags under on the seat for takeoff. Enjoy the flight.
You dumbo.
Learning English became a necessity for our mighty girl. Without anybody's help, learned the language, such was our pearl. Not just yes and no's, she learned a lot of prose. Traveling the globe, she became a voracious reader and loquacious speaker. Perseverance, determination, thy name Ambuja. To conquer new world, she landed in Madras area.
Ladies Ladies and gentlemen, flight TA6580 with service from Bombay to Madras is expected to be on ground in approximately 5 minutes' time. The temperature outside is 35 degrees Celsius. Please fasten your seatbelts and remain in your seats as we prepare to land. Please make sure your seats and tray tables are in the upright position. Thank you for choosing Tata Airlines. Hope you enjoyed your flight.
Oh, not so great. ಧೈರ್ಯ ಬೇಕು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಬೇಕು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಬೇಕು ಹಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಒಪ್ಪಿದ ಸ್ವೀಟ್ ಹಾರ್ಟಿನ ಮನ ಹೀಟನ್ನು ತಣಿಸುವ ಹೀರೋ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಧೈರ್ಯ ಬೇಕು. ಬಾತಾಯಿ ಬಾರವ್ವ ಬಾತಾಯಿ ಬಾರೆ ಬಾತಾಯಿ ನಿನ್ನವ್ವ ಗಂಗವ್ವ ಬಾರೆ. ஆடுவதும் பாடுவதும் காத்துக்கு பலர் ஆளைக்குள்ளா போடுவதும் காத்துக்கு சிலர் கூடுவதும் குழைவதும் காத்துக்கு 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 காத்துக்கு.
Dr. Rajkumar, MGR, Kalyan Kumar, S.V. Rangarao, the creme de la creme, the Shavge Payases of the South Indian movie industry. Ambu worked with all of them. She later became film actress in 1950s in Kannada, Tamil and Telugu with movies like Anna Tangi, Alibabavam, Napattu Tirudargalam, Yar Payyan, Envidu, Samaya Sanjeevini and a few others. But the kaleidoscope of a life demanded more colors that could be filled by just being an actress.
That's because you like me.
Maybe.
14, yes. You are co-star, no? Okay, super. 14, we just sent someone away.
Will you marry me?
Yes.
He laughed of her.
Ayyarama. Ayyara.
Iyengar.
Appa, what are you saying?
In my anger, I forgot to fill in the blanks. I don't like Iyengar. Marrying an Iyer. Number veetla idu nadakadu.
I can be an Iyer or a younger. It doesn't make any difference to me.
You don't talk. I don't like my daughter marrying an Iyer. Avladha.
Appa, there's I in both Iyer and Iyengar. It doesn't make any difference to me.
ವಾಯ್ ಮಾಡು, ಇದು ನಡಕಾದು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಅಮ್ಮ, ಇದು ನಡಕಾದು.
Appa, there's I in him, and that's enough for me. If you don't agree, we'll marry at the registrar's office.
Ambu, what are you telling, Ambu? Understand, Ambu, please don't marry an Iyer, Ambu.
Amma, it is not me who has to understand, Ma. It is you and Appa. Please try to understand, Ma, please.
I don't accept him or this marriage.
I accept both, Pa.
Ambu!
Ambu, if you go against our wishes, then this door will not open for you ever again.
You have to go, they'll call you later.
Then so be it, Pa.
Thank you so much.
Siddharth.
Oh, namaskar, Ambu.
How are you, Ma?
I'm fine.
Oh, you got married.
Yes, we got married.
What's your name, Pa?
Venkat,
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm an engineer.
Okay, be happy. May God bless you.
Thank you.
Carry on.
ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇರ್ತೀಯಾ? ಯಾರ್ಯಾರ ಜೊತೆ ಸೇರೋದಂತಾನು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ.
Did you see what that girl did?
What that girl did you see? She went against her parents and married out of caste.
That's why her parents cast her out of the house. ಹಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕು.
I and Ambu had a wonderful marriage, and she gave birth to the apple of her eye, Amita. She was God's gift to us, and she put the joint back in the joint family. Such was the joy she brought to our lives. But the gift was delivered to us with a caveat. Take care of her with all you have got, and more. Amita got polio when she was 4-year-old. Ambu's parents were devastated, and so was I, and Ambu. But Ambu being Ambu, she gave strength not only to us, but more importantly, to Amita, our special gift from God, and she once again rose to the occasion.
Amita, you should not let this disability handicap your mind. Do not use this as an excuse to shy away from the challenges of life. Instead, use it as a motivation to excel. Remember, Kanna, if others can do it, you can do it better.
Yes, Amma.
That's like my girl.
You're so strong, Ambu. But I am not.
Go back. Hey, நீங்கள் ஸ்பெஷல் ஆகಬೇಕಾ என்ன இந்த நடியா. Go back. Go back. All the best. All set. On your mark. Get set. Go. Come here. What is your name?
Shiran sir.
Go. Come on, Nino. Second set. Go back. Go back. Go back. Go back. All the best. On your mark. Get set. Go. Come here. What is your name?
Arun sir.
Go.
Shoot. Hello, sir. Sir, I had to tell you something.
What?
Sir, you should include the special children in your race.
But, Mrs. Venkatraman, how can they?
Sir, let us conduct a special race just for them. They can do everything that we can do, but in their own unique way. Here, take this cup. Give it to the winner amongst them.
Yes, Mrs. Venkatraman. It didn't cross my mind. It's very thoughtful of you. Dear students, yes, sir. I have a good news. Please come to the line. I've organized a race for you all.
Students, on your mark. Get set.
Amita, what's the matter, Amita?
Amma, I can't take part in the race.
Why? Remember, Kanna, if others can do it? Remember, Kanna, if others can do it?
I can do it better. I can do it better. I can do it better. I can do it better.
That's my girl. When something you need is taken away from you, it's an act of cruelty. Our children need education, but there are many who cannot afford it. Should we then turn away from learning, from building their lives, from their attempt to live with dignity, from children who have a disability? No, we shouldn't. At least I won't. When we include and not exclude, when we defend and not offend, when we reach out and not close down, we spark something in children, and when nurtured, this spark turns into a fire that does not destroy, but becomes the one that carries our offering to God. I'll build a school that will not discriminate based on economic ability. I'll build a center of learning which will focus on giving and not taking. I'll build a school which will enrich minds with knowledge, compassion, and courage.
Excuse me, madam. Yeah? After lunch, can I go to home? Because nobody are there to look after my son.
Jayanti, this is my daughter, younger one, Jayanti. I'm sure you've seen her here. She practically grew up here in the school. You can go home and look after your son, no problem. But there are children over here who need you. I hope in future you learn to balance the time, child at home there and the children over here.
Thank you, ma'am. You are my inspiration. ಈ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಭಾರ ಹಾಕೋದಾ? ಇಲ್ಸಿ ಮೊದ್ಲು.
ಯಾರಪ್ಪ ಇದು?
ನೋಡಿ, ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮಾತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಆದ್ರೆ ನೋವು ಇದ್ದೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಾಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಅವುಗಳ ಮೇಲೆ ದಯೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಯೆ ತೋರಿಸಿ. ಅವುಗಳಿಗೆ ತಡೆಯೋಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಭಾರ ಹೊರಿಸ್ಬೇಡಿ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ?
ಸಾರಿ ಮೇಡಮ್.
Excuse me, madam.
Yeah?
I want to join my son to your school, but I don't have enough money to pay the fees.
The fees is 7 rupees per month. How much can you pay?
Madam, I have only 2 rupees and I don't have any resources.
Don't worry. Your intention is rich. You want to educate your son.
Yes, madam.
That is all. This is why I opened the school, to make education accessible to the needy. Come here, my son. Your son is accepted as a student here. You can go without worry.
Thank you, madam. I owe you.
You owe your son and education. That is all.
ಅಮ್ಮ, ಯಾರಿದು?
I don't know, Kanna. I met her on the train when I was returning from Madras. As she had nowhere to go, I brought her home.
But Amma, she is a stranger. How can you just bring her home? But what if she robs us or something?
So, she had nowhere to go. I brought her home. Simple. See, Kanna, I'm not expecting anything from her. If she robs, so be it. At that moment, she needed me and I responded her. That's all.
Madam?
Yes?
My mother and I are thankful to Madam. She was telling me how caring you must be to immediately come to your home and offer your condolences to my mother, who was in shock after her father left us. You also gave me strength, told me not to lose my soul and to support her as well as I can.
I did what anyone would have done, Uma. Here's your salary for this month.
Thank you, Madam. Madam, this is my full salary.
Of course.
But I was absent from school 15 days. You didn't have to.
Uma, those 15 days were destiny. I will not deduct your salary for something you had no control over. Anyways, how is your mother now?
She's fine.
So, from that temple in Nellore to this temple of learning, what a journey. Mrs. Ambujavalli built a school that encapsulated her life. The courage required to build it and the compassion needed to run it. The school represents everything she stood for. It represents everything she was and still is in so many minds and hearts. A lioness with a soft heart.
ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರು, ಇವಾಗ ಅದು ಡೈಲಾಗ್ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ವೆನ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿನೇ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಬೆಳೆಸ್ತಿದ್ರು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೇರ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟುಡೇ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು, ಸಾಕಾಯಿತು. ನನ್ನ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಫೌಂಡ್ರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನನಗೂ ಇಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಇವತ್ತು ಈ ಸ್ಟೇಜಲ್ಲಿ, ಈ ವೇದಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ, ಆ ಒಂದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಡ್ರಾಪಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮಾಡಿರೋ ನಾಟಕ, ಅವ್ರ ಎಂತೂಸಿಯಾಸಮ್ಮು, ಅಪ್ಪಾ ಹೊಡಿರಿ ಚಪ್ಪಾಳೆ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅಮೇಝಿಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಈ ಡ್ರಾಮಾ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೂ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾನು ಅಂಬುಜವಳ್ಳಿ ಅವ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ಅ ಟೈಮ್ ಈ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದೆ ಒಂದು 50 ವರ್ಷದ ಹಿಂದೆ. ಸೊ ಲೆಟ್ ಮಿ ಗೋ ದೇರ್. 50 years ago ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಣ್ಣ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಶಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಡ್ರೀಮ್. ಅ ಟೈಮ್ ವೆನ್ women were relegated to household chores, when education was out of bounds for the less privileged. And that dream became a seed which blossomed into AV Education Society and now known as Samved School. Elegant, strong, resilient, and considerate might be just a few adjectives that I describe, but our founder was a guiding light to us. And that is none other than Srimati Ambuja Venkatraman. And now, Ambujavalli was an enactment showcasing the life and times of Ambuja Venkatraman and the vision and the path that she carved out for us. Now, a little bit about the amazing people behind this docudrama. ಹೌದು, ನಾನು ಈ ಡ್ರಾಮಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹಿಂದ್ಗಡೆ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಒಂದು ತಂಡದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಬೇಕು. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಕ್ರೆಡಿಟ್ ಕೊಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದರೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರು ಮಕ್ಕಳನ್ನು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಟೇಮ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರ ಬಾಡಿ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ನ ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅವ್ರು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಸೂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದನ್ನು ಕೂಲಂಕುಷವಾಗಿ ನೋಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಆ ಒಂದು ತಂಡ ಇದೆ. ಆ ತಂಡದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟಪಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಆ ತಂಡ ಬಂದು ಯು ಅಂಡ್ ಮೀ ಥಿಯೇಟರ್. ದೇ ಆರ್ ದಿ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಟರ್, ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್, ಥಿಯೇಟರ್ ಕನ್ಸಲ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ Dr. Rajshri is all this and more, co-founder of You and Me Theatre. Aste alla, she is a PhD in communication and journalism. Sharat Parvatavani is also a co-founder of You and Me Theatre and is also a playwright, screenwriter from the New York Film Academy and director. At a certain point of his life, after a decade of working in the corporate realm in America, Sharat decided to test out his suspicion that there may be a writer lurking inside him. A course on screenwriting at the New York Film Academy ensued, resulting in the happy confirmation of the suspicion. And let me tell you, that was a brilliant performance by the students and also a brilliant effort by the You and Me Theatre. And that was also a great tribute for our founder, Mrs. Ambuja Venkatraman. She lives forever in our heart. And yes, her memories will be remembered for a quest to strive for quality education. And
अरे फटा पोस्टर निकला हीरो. What's up, Pawan?
Turn around, man.
What's up, Joshika? We meet here once again.
Yeah, that's okay. We've been meeting you again and again. ಇವಾಗ ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಕೇಳ್ದೆ ಬರೋದು ಅಂದರೆ ಇದೇನಾ? Who on earth called you on stage, guys?
It's our school. We can come whenever we want.
ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತು, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಅಂತ, ಬಟ್ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಅಪಾನ್ ಅ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮೈ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಬೆಟರ್. So now what's in it for me?
Well, I think you're tired, so I think you should drink something.
Yeah, I know I'm a little tired, but what do I have to go through the show, all these things, so it's okay, I think I
It's
can.
fine. We can take over the stage for just 2 minutes.
Are you sure about this?
Yeah.
For 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go sip some water and come.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So shall I go this way or this way?
This way.
I'll go this way.
No,
this way. Okay, moving on. So, Joshika, let me ask you something. How many followers do you have on Insta and Twitter?
Insta? Twitter? Well, is a bird you're talking about?
ROFL!
I don't really understand what you just said now, but the only followers I had are my parents, who followed me to school and wherever I went. I just hated it.
Man, this is going nowhere.
Well, Akash, tell me something. How many friends do you have other than your followers on your so-called Twitter?
Is it 2 or 2.5?
Well, as far as my friends go, my school friends are my best friends. And I'm sure they're going to stand the test of time.
Speaking of time, isn't it time we saw a timeline video where the school is the main character and we are all people playing those characters who come and go over time?
Oh, that seems interesting. Let's get our awesome MC Pawan to talk about it a little more.
I won't go any further and give it all away. Let's go back in time, come back to the present, and get a glimpse of some way of the future.
Experts agree that everyone is born with a gift. One of the secrets of learning is to use your inborn talent to the full.
Udanadim tadirena